For the 10 years of the program, more than 200 students completed the collaborative. When you look at where they are now, what stands out to you?
There are a few things actually that stand out to me. I think the first is how distributed our students are throughout the conservation space. And so I was thrilled that at least two-thirds or approximately two-thirds of our students have stayed in the field of conservation. And we know that from follow-up alumni surveys. And we also know that our students are embedded in a variety of sectors as far as academia, state agencies, federal and nonprofits. And what's also, I think, is a big takeaway for me is how connected they are within those spaces. And so, there's a really strong network of students that are supporting one another. And so looking back at this, having 200 students later, it's really great to see the community that has sprung up around the program and the way that our students are able to kind of reach back and bring along the students who are coming behind them.
And related to that, as you said, many scholars are now working in universities, agencies, nonprofits, and community-based organizations. What does it mean to you to see that network spread across the field?
Well, one of the things that struck me in the beginning was the sense that nobody can do this work alone. This work is really hard. Conservation is really hard. And it can be hard to kind of keep your spirits up or to stay motivated to stay in the field. And so I wanted people to understand that they are not alone and that they have each other and that they don't just have each other at their universities or within that 20-person cohort. They also have the other students from the other cohorts. And the DDCSP Collaborative was one of five different Doris Duke Conservation Scholars programs. So they also have that community. And so having them spread out in that network, I think gives them a lot of power. And in fact, we did a retreat, a multi-cohort retreat a few years ago, and it was titled The Power of Networks because I think it's really important for people across those sectors and across disciplines to be connecting and to have a space to connect. And so that kind of stands out to me when I think about where our students are.
Looking back, what parts of the program do you think had the greatest impact on students as they moved into the field?
I would say it was the community and the networking. And so, as I've mentioned, I think students had a strong sense of community within the student body and also with their grad mentors and the faculty involved with the program, but they also formed strong networks. So that was partly through people that other students knew, and especially now as they're getting further and further into the workforce, but also they were able to connect with people who were connected to, say, the faculty. And when they went to the annual meetings, they were able to meet a lot of people and network. And so I think so much of getting ahead in this field is knowing who to talk to find that next step or to say, hey, I'm looking for an opportunity in this area. Is there anyone that you know that you can point me towards? And us having the people within our network to be able to point them towards someone. And so it's that network, the way that we're able to give recommendations, and the way that we've seen the networks help students wind up in literally their dream jobs. I think that that's a really important takeaway from the program.
When people look back at the program years from now, what do you hope they understand about what made it possible?
What I hope they understand is that the relationships were really the most important thing about the internships and so or about the program. And so it was those mentoring relationships. It was the relationships that students had with one another. That was huge, that students were able to see that were other people like them in this field, people who shared their interests, who might share their backgrounds or share some of the some of the barriers that they face moving into this field. And so really having those students working together, let's say in those biweekly meetings or during paired up for research projects, and then the relationship with the program leaders. And so I feel like the relationships that I'm not going to say it's easy to create research projects and internships, but what's essential is to create the relationships of care so that students feel like they're really being seen and really being supported. And so that's what I hope people will take away from our program.